All right, it's Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm here with the junior middleweight phenom, Xander Zayas. What's going on, man?
What's up, bro? How are you, brother? I'm doing amazing.
Good, good, man. I still got the little stickers. I hopefully got some new stickers for this event.
Man, I actually haven't made no new stickers, so you got to keep those. Those are gold.
Yeah, yeah. No, they're gonna be worth a lot one day. Seeing the fact that you're gonna be headlining Puerto Rican Day Parade at the Garden, right? I know you've been talking about this for a long time, and but it's here. Just talk to us a little bit about this experience that you're about to go through.
It's finally here. It's finally here. We have a great card. Obviously, Shu being the co-main event. We're going back to Shu York. I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. It's something that us young fighters we've been waiting for, and me especially having my first main event in Madison Square Garden against a former world champion is something that I've definitely been asking for. Definitely something that I've been waiting for, and I'm getting my opportunity, so I'm really excited for this one.
When sometimes these type of events happen, they kind of give people, like a gimme, so you look good, and the fans are like, "Wow, this is great." But not in this case. You're fighting in a former world champion, Patrick Teixeira, who, in a case, fought Carlos Adames, beat him, fought Brian Castano, like things like this. This is a huge step up fight for you. Can we talk a little bit about your opponent?
Yeah, Patrick Castella, obviously, like you said, he has the experience. He's been there before. He fought for a world championship. He won a world championship. I remember when he fought that fight with Carlos Adames, I was in my second professional fight in the Cosmopolitan in Vegas. So, I mean, he's been around the block for quite a while now. And I'm excited to get in there with him. I'm excited to explore the things that I've been seeing on video. I'm excited to explore, the game plan that we have for him, and to showcase why is my era now? Why my era is about to begin June 8th.
When an opponent like this, not looking past them, but at a certain point, you have to start questioning when is a title shot going to be next, right? And ultimately, you've been on a fast track, fighting a lot of exciting fighters, but the division's starting to open up. Do you see yourself potentially fighting for a world championship maybe sometime this or next year?
Man, right now he's the number 7 guy. I'm the number 3 guy in the WBO. I feel like after I win this fight, that'll put me maybe number 1, number 2. I think number 2 because Tim Tszyu will be number 1. Obviously, he was the champion. And then I'll get an eliminator with Josh Kelly or Erickson Lubin. Those are the names that I want for hopefully December. And then next year we'll get a title shot. I feel like that's the right game plan. That's the right way to go about it. You have to put it out there and let the universe work. And I feel like it's gonna work out in my favor.
What's crazy is that while you're working up, you might be working your way up to, if not the pound for pound best fighter in the world. It's one A, one B. There's Inoue and Crawford, right? But in this sense, Crawford is petitioning, and it's specifically, the WBO, and maybe a Crawford Fedor. If not, the belt might vacate. Like, do you potentially see yourself, if not, maybe even fighting Terence Crawford for that belt?
Man, if I get the honor to fight Bud Crawford, that'll be amazing. Obviously, we wanna make sure that we fight for it at the right time. We don't want to go in there not knowing that we're gonna win the title. But definitely, I feel like fighting the best to be the best is the name of the sport. And if Terence Crawford is the guy, then I guess that's the guy that we gotta go.
Coming back to you, the Garden, right? The meaning behind it. Miguel Cotto has had tremendous fights in there. Felix Trinidad, like I wasn't privy to cover those type of fights because the atmosphere when you talk about New York and Puerto Rican is exciting. Do you see yourself having that same sort of legacy, similar, if not better, than those guys, and kind of carry the torch?
I don't, man, Ron, I don't really like to compare myself. I feel like I live that for the fans, and they'll rate me in that conversation where they want to rate me. I just gotta keep doing me. I just gotta keep winning fights, look better every time, man. Bring glory to Puerto Rico, make my family, my team, and my fans proud. And again, like I said, they will put me in that conversation wherever they feel like is, my name belongs.
Mm-hmm. With that, it seems like fans are dying for a Mexican Puerto Rican rivalry. Amazing Puerto Rican fighter here versus amazing Mexican fighter. I think they're kind of pinning Pitbull and Matias as potentially a huge showdown. I know you're probably drooling at that fight if it gets made. Do you see yourself maybe getting like that same type of contemporary? Maybe you
Yeah.
mentioned Canelo before, I think.
I feel like it will happen in the future. I mean, we have a guy, obviously, I know who you're talking about, and I know who I'm talking about. Virgil Ortiz. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the guy that can make, and I feel like it's gonna sell a lot in Puerto Rico and Mexico. That big fight, against Puerto Rico and Mexico. I don't know if he's ranked in the WBO. I think he is. And in the WBC he's also ranked. I'm also ranked in WBC. So I feel like that's a fight that in the future we can make. I mean, he's worked with Golden Boy and I'm with Top Rank. They work pretty closely, so I feel like it's a fight that we can make happen in the future.
You know, at this point, we're just focused on one division, but do you see yourself slowly moving up to 160 to
Oh,
160 as well?
sure, sure. Yeah, that's the main goal. Obviously, um, win June 8th, get a title at 54, and then definitely move up to 60.
Okay. Um, just going to some news that kind of was released. It looks like Jamel Charlo's gonna face Ismail Madrimov. I don't know 100%. Dan Redfield reported it, but do you still want the Jamel Charlo fight? Do you feel like he's the guy to solidify that that's the guy to beat? Or is there other names in the division that
Whoever it is, Bud Crawford, Jamer Chalo, Fundora, Tim Tszyu, Madrimov, whoever you guys want to put in front of me, whoever you guys want to call the guy to be the guy, that's the guy that I'm going for. It doesn't matter. I'm very, very confident in my boxing skills. I'm very confident in what I can do inside that ring. I'm very confident in my skill and my IQ. And we just got to put it to the test.
You have such a like a rich background, not just amateurs, but just people you worked with. You worked with Adrien Broner. You've been in the ring, sparred a lot of guys. You sparred specifically Gervonta Davis. Back then helped him get ready for one of his fights. I just have to ask because these fighters. Gervonta is going to be facing potentially Frank Martin. I mean, do you see that fight being extremely competitive, or do you see that going another direction?
I mean, we all thought that Crawford Spence was going to be really competitive, and we know what happened. So I cannot tell you. I would like it to be competitive, but ring experience, ring IQ, and when you're in your prime, it actually counts. And I feel like Gervonta Davis is in his prime. He has great ring IQ. Even when I spent time in there with him, he was really, he was looking for his spots. He wasn't just throwing to throw. He was, throwing to place the shots. So I feel like that ring IQ, you only get it with experience, with being in there with great fighters. And I feel like Gervonta has that in this fight, and I feel like he will beat Frank Martin.
And being out in Sweatbox and Sparring and working with Adrien Broner, it seems like he's facing Blair Cobbs. It should be a fun fight, right? A lot of trash talking, right? Do you see that fight being, in Adrian's favor, or is that close?
Man, um, I don't know what to tell you. Adrian is my guy, but he has to let the punches go. He has to let the punches go. He has to throw. Blair is not gonna throw. He's gonna go in there and try to attack, try to be the aggressor. So I feel like Adrian has great defense, great speed, great power, but you just have to let it go.
Just coming back to you, and my last set of questions is that you showed a lot of versatility in your last fight. A lot of times, I think fans see you attack and get these very vicious KOs, and you overwhelm your opponent. But your last fight, you've kind of taken your time, kind of picked your shots, and landed some vicious body shots throughout. Do you see yourself now slowly becoming this complete fighter where you're able to now not toy with your opponent, but kind of select and choose different tools out of the toolbox.
For sure, I feel like I just get stronger as the rounds go by now. Where before I was throwing everything out at the beginning, and then I was getting a bit tired out at the end. Now it's all about picking your shots the right way. Selecting your movement, selecting. Not wasting energy on things that you don't have to. My last two fights, obviously the one in September, you guys saw me fighting backwards off the jab. I was able to do it. This last fight, you guys saw me coming forward, attacking the body. So I feel like overall, I have become a better fighter, and I will continue to show it on June 8th.
And with Patrick Teixeira, tough guy, he's gonna come forward. Do you feel like he's gonna bring the perfect style and ruggedness for you to showcase every asset and all the tools in your toolbox?
Oh, for sure. You guys have never seen me fight a southpaw, and I will show you that I look amazing fighting southpaw. The only thing that I'm concerned about is that he throws his head a lot, so I don't want to get a headbutt. But other than that, I'm ready to put on a show, Ron. I'm ready to showcase the world why I'm one of the biggest names at 154 pounds.
My last question is just with, you have the country support, and now it seems like New York is kind of backing you in this sense. Do you feel like the pressure that's coming is good pressure? It's the type of pressure that you almost feel like not anointed, but like now you have slowly cemented to kind of carry on this legacy that you want to create for yourself?
Yes and no. Yes, because obviously pressure is always going to be there. You have to be able to handle it. No, because I don't want to look at it that way. I want to look at it as boxing is my love, is what I want to do, is what I love to do, is what I enjoy doing. And little by little, we'll get to the goal. We cannot put pressure on ourselves, on our shoulders, on our head. You just got to stay relaxed and keep punching.
Well, look, Saturday on June 8th on ESPN, I mean, it's going to be beyond more than a parade. It's going to be an event, right? And like you said, you got Carrington, Shu York, on the co-main. You guys going to fully represent the house. It should be exciting. Is there anything that you want to tell the fans out there on social media before I let you go?
Man, tune in June 8th if you're in the East Coast or in the West Coast and you can make the trip to New York. Make sure you show up, you show out. It's gonna be a great night. Me and Shusha are gonna put on the show, and we're gonna represent what the young set of fighters could do inside that ring.